Well, it's a start. Looks like they're scheduling their next match tomorrow, so right away they're just moving into game 2. But
That'll
we'll
be
see how this one
exciting.
goes.
Yeah. And it looks like we're off here. Gonna start off in Link's house. We find a piece of heart in the first chest. And looks like these guys may be making their way towards the uncle. Pretty standard route.
Ooh, quick map check. We have 2 pendants in the light world already. At least I think that was 2, right?
Yeah, Tower of Hera and Desert Palace. I don't know if those were vanilla or swapped, but those were the non-green pendants. And we had Crystal 5 in Eastern Palace as well. So some really good intel early on here.
So I do like that Prier's getting a little festive with his Santa Link outfit.
Yeah,
and of course the classic girl on JSR side.
I know that's one of your favorites.
It is. All right, so nothing much here in this area. Just get some arrows. Although they were able to pick up some bombs. That's good to have.
Yeah, we saw the poultry 1-kill prize was bombs, so that'll be big for JSR2Gamers. I'm sure Prier will do that on his way to Lumberjack if he elects to do so, or maybe in the Lost Woods. So we may see that from him as well, but JSR2 coming out with a strong start here.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing you really want to do. You want to look for some early rupees, some early bombs to allow you to do these things.
Absolutely. There's a 10 bomb upgrade in the Sanctuary. JSR2Gamers has decided to actually save and quit and kind of take a southern route through Kakariko. This will be interesting.
Now that's interesting, because usually I see people take this route when they're looking for bombs. There's a couple of bushes here that have a 50% chance, JSR picking up one right there, that have a single bomb. I didn't quite see what was in.
I think that was a tunic. I think that was blue mail right there.
Oh, they're passing that up. Yeah. I can't imagine killing Aghanim just for that.
Yeah, if they have to do Aghanim anyway, I could maybe see an argument for coming over there and picking it up when they're checking Northern Dark World, but I don't think these players are going to spend too much time on that.
Well, we'll have to see what the seed has in store. There's a Moon Pearl right away in Lost Woods.
That's always nice. Allows you to do some of the fake flippers glitching into the Waterfall Fairy Cave. And I do believe we had the hook shot in the library.
Oh man, we might be seeing an earlier boots.
Could be exciting.
Usually V27 likes to make you wait for those boots, so it's nice when, especially it's something that sort of blocks a lot of locations, like hookshot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can still have some pretty trolly situations where you have, like, boots and swamp. Like, the early part of swamp and, like, yeah, hookshot there. We'll have to see how that comes into play, but hookshot is something that these players are going to want. Unless swamp is the final pendant and they can feel comfortable hovering and they also find boots in a reasonable amount of time, like, that would be the only situation in which hookshot is not required.
I mean, it's like, wait, oh, there's Mirror.
Wow.
And Hammer!
What?
So, as I was about to say, one of the ways to get up to Death Mountain, especially Turtle Rock, you either need hookshot to get to the right-hand side, or you need both Mirror and Hammer. And, well, there you go. Prior just picked it up.
We got Ice Rod in the well. So,
oh, no way.
So many things here in Kakariko.
And the glove.
Whoa, it's so bad. But
so,
that's Death Mountain access.
Aghanim not required at all, since they have the hammer. Mm-hmm. No problem. That's almost... I mean, they need a fire rod and mitts, and a medallion. And a sword. Okay, they need a bunch of things. But Turtle Rock, I'm calling it now. Turtle Rock is going to be needed for some sort of progression. Not just a crystal. I'm going to call a progression item right now in there.
This is crazy. We're 4 minutes in and we have Dark World access. Think about the different directions that these guys can go. They can sequence break up the mountain and go for Tower of Hera. That's
right.
An option, but that's a pendant.
And no fire source yet, so it's risky.
It is very risky, but you can collect East Death Mountain items as well while you're there, so that could be a big payoff potentially.
There are a ton of items over there. Wow, this Kakariko village. I mean, there was nothing over by Uncle. Everything in the village right now.
Yeah. It's really opened things up. It'll be interesting to see how quickly these guys commit to going to the Dark World, because you can find a lot of stuff quickly there, but it is dangerous. These guys only have 5 hearts apiece, no males, and they know where one of them is, so they're likely not gonna find the other one anytime soon.
Alright, so they go kill Aghanim with their boots, and they get the mill upgrade, and then they can do Dark World.
There you go. I don't think we're gonna be seeing that at all, but we'll kind of have to see where they go from here. Prier's approaching that hook shot, so he's going to get that intel. JSR just picked up his 50 bucks. He does not have the information that the male is in Lumberjack, so keep that in mind.
So it looks like JSR might be heading to the back of Sanctuary first, which is nice when you get the glove. You can get 3 very quick chests checked out of the way.
Great option here. I agree. And if you do find a key back here, you can reverse route through this area. But it could be a bit tricky because you'll have to do it in the dark.
Although JSR down just 1 bomb, Prier has 11. So he's pretty well set for bombs. Looks like he's going to head towards the mini Moldorm area. There's a small key, but without a really good way of killing the rat, he's not going to do that backwards method that you mentioned.
That can be pretty risky. JSR did find some bombs in the back of Escape, so he's probably feeling pretty comfortable. And I think he's going to take that hammer and do the rest of Escape while he's at it.
Yeah, hammer's great. It does tempered sword damage. It'll pretty much kill all of the guards in 1 hit at this point, since blue guards take 3 fighter sword slashes. So that's a temper.
Absolutely. Full heart inside the dam from Prier here, and another one outside. Wow. So really healthy. It's good. Yeah, I like seeing those hearts early. Gives you confidence to go into some dangerous dungeons.
So already, Divergence, we're getting the escape check, getting Prier with the mini Moldorm check. Plenty of items here. We saw a small key in the back of Escape. There's the map, so that means everything else in Escape. That's 2 chests coming up and 1 in the dark room, the sewer area. They're all items.
Yeah, importantly, that sewer item is gonna be on these guys' minds unless they decide to do this in the dark. Because that will be an item. Like, it could be something important, could be some progression. Now, we did find the magic cape in Mini Moldorm, along with more hearts.
Come on, let's go kill Aghanim! It'll be for fun.
Can do it in the dark.
We need to see how many blue balls he shoots out.
Yeah. A nice 8-bomb drop for JSR there. He really needed those bombs, so coming in the clutch.
Now, unfortunately, Prier doesn't have enough rupees to do Zora. He could opt to do a fake flipper after he does the Ice Rock Cave coming up. He has Moon Pearl, so you can fake flipper over to Waterfall Fairy to get 2 chests, but without rupees, you're sort of basically going there just for the Waterfall Fairy.
Right. You could check the Zora Ledge item and at least get some information. Check Lake Hylia Island while you're at it. Could come back for Hobo or do Hobo first. But we got the single arrow of dreams in Ice Rod Cave, so that's pretty exciting.
All right, let's see some .duns. That's it, right? They have to get the single arrow. That's all. We're done.
Game over. We did it.
Best item in the game.
Full heart in that final chest in Escape. Kind of at Zelda's cell there. And we're going to see JSR go into the Dark World. With that mirror, he could actually check all the Light World locations down here as well. So this is interesting.
All right, get your hypes ready in chat. And actually, get your resident sleepers in chat.
No, we're gonna get some hype. This is some hype, man. I'm calling it. I've seen Sahasrahla from Prier as well, which is exciting. Haven't seen a map yet from JSR. I'm kind of interested to see what our final Crystal 6 is and what our pendant is.
Oh, nothing behind Sahasrahla. Bloomerang, which is the better boomerang.
Look at all these full hearts.
Well,
hey, $300 early on is not that bad.
It's true.
It gets you the money for pod. It's working you towards Zora. You can do digging game, chess game, all that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna give it A 2 out of 10 in the hype scale.
2 out of 10. Oh my goodness, there was a bloomerang in there.
Okay, 2.5.
Hey, at least I bumped your rating a little bit.
So Prier also checking the back of Escape, getting a small key, but of course, I mean, you can use a hammer on the rat, but you're also in the dark.
And as I mentioned, JSR using the mirror to get to the dam here. He can go into Swamp, but he won't be able to get very far without flippers.
Hey, there could be something in that first chest in Swamp, as you well know.
You can't. There's no flippers.
Oh, they can't. They have no flip. Oh my gosh. Fake flipper? They can look at it. They can
Fake
oh, there's water
Swamp,
here.
Easy.
All right,
Prier going for that hype cave. Super duper hype. 2.5 cave. Oh man.
Hey, you know what? I will give you that the Bloomerang can help you navigate dark rooms before you get a sword.
See, there you go.
It's probably the best thing they have right now for dark rooms.
Yeah, it's like that or hammer, basically.
Hammer would be... I guess it does do sparks, doesn't it, when you hit it? It's slow,
I think
though.
you can actually see the hammer itself, I want to say. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, JSR is going to grab the cape here, and Prier looks to be heading towards the pyramid. Could dip into pod. Could see that elusive bow in pod, potentially.
I mean, Hammer's nice, but Hammer's not going to unlock any progression in pod just yet without that bow.
No, but that doesn't mean there can't be an item there.
Right, and just like you were saying, bow could be there.
It's a tricky play to make, for sure. And could mirror to Eastern as well. We have not seen Eastern Palace. We've seen Sahasrahla, but
yeah,
not
rough
Eastern.
on both.
And then we could also see Catfish as well in this route after Pyramid. That's certainly an out-of-the-way location that you can check fairly early here, so might be worthwhile.
So right now, JSR setting up the fake flipper. You basically want to be a pixel off the screen transition. So that way when you fall into the water, you hold towards the screen transition, and it'll transition before noticing that you're in the water and you shouldn't be there. And of course, once the screen transitions, it doesn't check if you should even be in the water anymore.
Yep, and JSR does find that Lake Hylia Island is not worth it, and is heading to the Waterfall Fairy Cave to set up this Walk on Water glitch. That'll allow him to get 2 items here, thanks to having the Moon Pearl, and he will also be able to check the Zora Ledge item, and maybe if he finds enough money and he's 2 more rupees, oh wow!
Lucked out!
He can actually get the Zora item here, wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't do the hobo, since he was rupees short. Like, it would have been an extra location to check. But, you know, he got really lucky with those double big 20 drops. Another
Catfish.
big 20 from Catfish.
Yeah. Didn't quite see the Zora Ledge item there. Oh, it was a piece of heart. Okay. And JSR is going towards Zora. Prier deciding to save and quit. Could have mirrored there and checked the Zora Ledge item. Elected not to. Didn't have enough cash for Zora.
A partial refund. 10%.
10%. Good deal.
So what, like Zora's a bank now? Deposit 500, get 10% interest?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know about interest. All right.
So, Prier going backwards towards right here, a couple of items, south of the Grove, Old Stumpy, and of course a shovel game.
Yeah, with the mirror you can actually get all this stuff, so it's not too bad. And I think JSR is heading into Village of Outcasts. I think that's where he's going.
Prier's still collecting rupees because he hasn't visited Zora.
Yeah, and he's going to be spending some at the digging game here coming up too. These are both quite fine routes, good overworld checks. And there's the flippers, so yeah, now Waterfall Fairy and Zora and all that are in the logic. Very cool find for Prier there.
More importantly, We can now go check Swamp.
We can.
Now we can do those first few.
We don't have the hook shot, and we know where it is.
That's true. But what if
and
boots are
the
in
map
Swamp?
check. I caught green pendant in Skull Woods, and we're seeing from JSR that Pod is the other red crystal, so crystal 6.
So yeah, let's stick the boots in Swamp, so that way you're required to do a double dip there to go get your hook shot. Like, that's the thing, they're gonna put off going to Swamp because they know where hook shot is. They're looking for those boots.
Unless they want to make a gamble that boots are in there, or some other progression item that leads them to boots are in there. Could be a big play. Could be a big play, but I doubt they're gonna go for that immediately. We do have the ability to full clear Thieves Town.
That's always nice, having the hammer, being able to do everything in Thieves, not have to worry about that big chest having an item.
Right. And I believe that Thieves Town is a crystal and Skull Woods is the green pendant.
Yeah, Skull Woods is the green pendant.
So JSR is making the gamble in here, but everybody talks about, Value Woods. I talk about Value Woods being a thing, and sometimes it really just does pay off, but not right now. Not so far.
Well, yeah, get it out of the way, get the 2 items, and maybe never have to return. Although, yeah, green pendant, Sahasrara maybe need to come back.
Yeah, we'll have to see. $20 from the hobo there for Prier. He's using those flippers to get around.
So there's pretty much nothing in this Zora area. And Prier's gonna also luck out. He's gonna get the big 20.
Ooh, JSR's on 1 heart. It takes a death here, unfortunately. But he'll just respawn right there. At
Gibdo trolling him on the edge there. And there's nothing he could do with the boomerang. It's such a weird angle.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Hopefully he can get it this time. But Boomerang is really nice for this room. You can stun those.
Good thing they picked it up from Hype Cave.
Yeah. 3 out of 10? Are we going up?
Maybe, and seeing how much they're gonna get these. So it is interesting. If you leave an item on the ground in that room, then the wall master hand won't actually come down and grab you while there's that kind of sprite on. I think it's just leaving the sprite on the screen.
Yeah, that's correct. Like if you kill some of those enemies and they leave some drops around too, then yeah, there are too many sprites on the screen, so he won't spawn until they disappear. Only a single green roop for JSR there. That was his reward.
That was both items, wasn't it?
Effort. I believe so.
Didn't he get a big 20, I think?
We may not have to come back to Skullwoods, but it is the green pendant, and we still don't know what's at the pedestal, so...
I do have to say, given our pendant dungeons, I think the pedestal hype index is sort of high.
It's pretty high. You can have mitts on the pedestal here.
Yeah. Mitts, bow, cane, flute, medallions, of course. Heck, maybe even boots.
Yeah, it depends on Desert's configuration.
Of course.
JSR finally getting a look at the mail upgrade there in Lumberjack Cave. An interesting route. I like this. This is cool. Checking it out now with the mirror. Kind of works out for him.
He's able to just do it all together. It looks like he's going to head towards back down the town. Do Village of Outcasts, maybe do some thieves.
And we might see him hit up the graveyard ledge. That's an option for him if he wants to do it, but it looks like not. Like passing it up.
At least they have about 12 hearts now. That definitely helps, even though they have green mail. They can take some damage.
This is crazy how many hearts they have at sub 20. This is nuts. It's a sub 20, Jet.
Well,
all these items, all these hearts.
They don't call it a Jet C for nothing.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now? Uh-oh.
I mean,
you heard it here first.
It started out that way. I don't want to make any promises yet, and I do enjoy watching the trolls. So I don't want a Jet Seed, but they got a lot of items.
You just want Jet Seeds when you're playing.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so prior clearing out Skull Woods, which we just saw JSR do, JSR finished on Village of Outcasts, and we'll see if he decides to go into Thieves first.
I think with the amount of hearts they have and that it's a crystal dungeon, it makes a lot of sense to just do this right now. I would actually be surprised if they didn't do it. They have Hammer, which they can use to kill blind.
Okay, the Alucid dream is seeing boots as the first item in Swamp. That's
no,
the
West
dream,
Wing.
chat.
West Wing. We can get all the way there, dude.
Oh, you want to go? Oh, you want to make them go all the way?
Yeah. Since they have the hammer, they can go all the way to the West Wing. Why not? Why not put it there?
So in terms of locations now, according to the logic, they can't get up to Death Mountain yet. Of course, you can sequence break up there and just do the Cave in the Dark. We haven't seen Eastern yet. That's completely accessible. Pod is actually accessible.
That's a question mark, but at least
yeah.
one chest is accessible.
Thieves, of course.
We have that sewers chest that is, again, a sequence break, but is available. Agana's Cave is another available location that we haven't seen.
So yeah, plenty. The fact that they can get into some dungeons is a good thing. There tends to be progression in dungeons, so there's still a lot open to them. We'll just have to see what they get.
Finding a lot of nothing here in the first 4 chests of Thieves Town. But we're going to go deeper in. We're going to go for that crystal, and maybe we'll see a good item in here.
So, I mean, they have Hammer. They can use Hammer on blind. It's not the best. It is a little tricky just because of how slow the Hammer is in comparison to everything else. I'd much prefer, if I don't have a sword, Cane. Right, Cane's really good.
I think a lot of players would prefer that too. See Prior making the play on this graveyard ledge. You can take this roundabout path to get through here. You can lift or cut your way through these bushes to get to this mirror location. And sometimes that's the progression you need, so we'll see if this pays off. I do like this routing from Prior because you basically just knock all this stuff off of your list. But it's only a piece of heart, doesn't really pay off. For Prior, decides to pick it up anyways. More pieces of heart and Thieves.
Yeah, nothing much so far. Our players are looking for that next bit of progression. Probably hoping for those boots.
I believe it was Prior who already did do Catfish, so he is going to go to Thieves, I think. I think that's, or Village of Outcasts and then Thieves. It's probably the logical play for him. He needs to watch his health, though. It's down to 3 hearts.
As long as he can get into the dungeon, he'll be okay if he, takes a hit. You really don't want to die on the overworld if you can help it.
Well, you don't generally just want to die at all if you can
Sure.
help it. But yes, especially on the overworld. Very costly. You have to get back to a portal. We're walking all this way. Finding compasses, more compasses, and awful things and Thieves.
All right, so we got a map, we got a compass and Thieves. That means the next 2 items for JSR are going to be actual items. There's something in the big chest, there's something on blind.
What could it be? I've seen a lot of good things in this big chest. Oh, that's one of them.
Upgrade?
A bomb upgrade. Wow, so good.
That's a negative 1.5 on the hype index.
And you know these guys are just looking for those boots because they know they have to find them to complete the seed.
The thing is with boots, it instantly unlocks all of Swamp, and I've seen runners like avoid Swamp because it's a very long dungeon to clear.
It is very time consuming, but if there is progression there, you're missing out.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes it's the right play.
But jumping into Thieves here makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's something you have to do anyways. And we're seeing a beautiful hammer blind fight from JSR here. Really nicely done so far on the third phase.
Plenty of hearts left. Can tank a few hits, no problem. Another bomb upgrade.
Wow.
Thieves is not the answer. That means in terms of dungeons, if we're not sequence breaking, we're looking at Pod or Eastern or the first half of Swamp.
That's right.
Now. Because I think we've seen pretty much all the overworld between both runners.
Absolutely. I really wouldn't be surprised if we see the sequence break up Death Mountain, though. That can be quite lucrative.
We have not seen a Gina. I should point that out.
Yep, Agnes Cave is still in play. It is definitely there.
Agna, yeah. Gina, whatever his name is. That old man. Alright, so JSR has his first crystal. Prier right on his heels. Now, Prier did do some more overworld checking, so although it looks like he's behind, not really by much.
But he hasn't really gained anything from it other than the flippers, which I'm pretty sure JSR is about to go find at Old Stumpy.
And that's interesting. If JSR is walking this way, do you think he does a dip into Swamp?
I think it's a pretty decent play at this point, because it's, you know, it's this Eastern or Pod.
Right.
So, like, if you're there, why not go for it?
You're gonna have to partial enter a dungeon anyway. So why not the one you're right next to?
Eastern and Pod potentially gives you more items, but it depends on if it's bow locked.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe that's the higher percentage play, but you kind of have to hike a little bit longer, but you do get to use the mirror to save yourself some time going into Eastern. So that might be a little bit more lucrative in general, but it's just about what gamble you want to make, honestly.
I mean, I'm honestly hoping to see progression in Swamp, because it's rare to have this sort of sea where you know where Hookshot is, so you know you can't clear it, but it turns out to be, like, it leads to boots or something.
Right, exactly. I think he's already been to Hype Cave, so his decision here will really determine it, like what he does when he finds these flippers. He might consider Hobo immediately. He did save and quit. Oh, we're seeing Sanctuary, so it might be Death Mountain.
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. We're gonna have a sequence. So this is a sequence break brought by logic, since they're missing the lantern, which is what you need to go through the dark, or flute. It's either flute or lantern to get up to Death Mountain, but that's okay. You can do it in the dark. They have access to pretty much all of the light world Death Mountain, and we'll have to see how Hera is how it looks to determine if they can actually do Hera.
Right. But it is a pendant, another pendant, which is interesting.
Sure, but hey, there's progress. Oh, I like using the bomb there to route yourself in the dark.
Very interesting. I would personally prefer the Bloomerang, but this is a cool strat. I like this. He's just laying bombs just to make sure he knows where he is. Just has to watch his bomb count, though.
The choice between entering one of those dungeons that you know you can't complete yet, Pod, Eastern, Swamp, versus just sequence breaking up the Death Mountain. I like the sequence break up the Death Mountain.
I think it's the highest percentage
items.
play, yeah, because East Death Mountain just has so much. And if you find mitts, you can go for more. Maybe get some intel on Turtle Rock.
The dream, getting mitts while up here. Maybe a
huge.
medallion and sword so they can go do, and fire rods so they can go do Turtle Rock right now. Right away.
The only thing is, like, you have to be thinking, like, how can I get up here in the first place? You know, like, was there a flute in Swamp somewhere? Was there a lamp in Eastern Palace? You know, like, how could I have got up here? And so that can give you more information, but it can also confuse the heck out of you, too. And give you a lot more options as well. Oh, are we seeing Spike Cave? We are.
Wow, right away. What, you have Cape?
This is really interesting. I mean, this is a location that not a lot of people like to check. So you can get an advantage over your opponent by doing stuff like this.
Oh, just a piece of heart. Is he gonna? Oh, he's gonna go backwards.
Interesting.
Does he have enough magic?
I don't know. I don't think he does.
No, okay, he doesn't.
Prior finishing up the front half of Escape. The question is, will he go for that sewer chest? That could be big.
And JSR is continuing his sequence break up at Death Mountain.
Yeah, I see no reason not to dip into Hera, at least to just check the first 2 items, if not all of it at this point, because you're just searching for some really key things like mitts and boots. Like, or bow, or maybe fire rod, stuff like that. Still have a lot of stuff to find here.
He's picked. What is this item? Oh, it's just a heart. That's good. Always good to have extra hearts.
All the hearts. What is happening? Like,
well, that's good.
14 hearts. It's crazy.
You know you're not going to get a mail upgrade because it's sitting in the lumberjack, so you might as well be healthy.
Oh, maybe we'll find the second one. There's the second one floating around somewhere.
No
there is the
bottle.
big key.
No bottles yet.
No bottles. Interesting. Haven't really found any fetch quests for that matter. I mean, I guess unless you count Cape for Bumper Cave.
That's not really a fetch quest. No, there's Quake.
Ooh, that could be important.
So there's
JSR
two.
continues.
There's 2 items here, which is probably why he's continuing. He's looking for one more item. It's a question if he's even going to beat Moldorm if he finds the second item in the 2 chests coming up. Prior is checking that sewer chest, though, which is in the dark.
Oh, this is interesting. If he finds like boots here, this can
Oh my
give
god!
him a huge advantage.
Could you imagine if like Lantern is in Swamp, which led you to come here to get boots?
Oh god. That sounds amazing and terrifying at the same time.
Well, let's not get our hopes yet until we see what the item is.
Absolutely. Prior's
Yeah,
gotta get there. Now we did find the small key up here as expected. The second item could be locked in the basement. In which case, that'll kind of be a loose item here for these players until they find that fire source.
So Prior getting a little low on health, he's going to use the cape for safety. Maybe. Ice Rod.
I think he's trying to get some an idea
neat.
of where he is by using this. It's clever, but he's running out of health here. And magic.
Come on, Prior, you got this. So one of the neat tricks you can do is if you go all the way to the right and about the middle, so you want to hold upright as you walk up. Oh, he didn't get it.
JSR took a fall here at Trolldorm, and Prior was not able to collect the item, decides to peace out, does not want to spend any more time. Oh no, he did get the item. It was money.
Oh, that's good. So you can
He
hold
just
all the
save quit immediately.
You can hold all the way to the right because money doesn't pop up for whatever reason in the dark. You can hold right, so you're going to the right side of the screen. You sort of hold up, like you want to. When you get to the edge of the screen, you want to like jiggle a little bit to make sure you're flush against the wall. And then if you hold upright all the way, so you're against the torch, if you hold left, you'll hit the chest, like directly left from the upper right corner of that area. You just hold left, you'll hit the chest, so then you just go down and left a little bit to open it. So it's really nice to set that up in the dark if you need to.
JSR takes 20 rupees as his prize from Trolldorm and a red pendant. Maybe we'll see that red pendant come into play later, Jet. But we can see Prior using a different strat in the dark room here. He's got his bloomerang ready to go. Now we're going to see East Death Mountain.
So it's really good. He doesn't have to check the basement. That can just sit there because it's a map, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Now we'll see if Prier goes for this Spike Cave play as well. It's a bit of a time-consuming play, but you know, not knowing what's there, it's a location that is available to you since we do have the cape early here.
So there's 8 chests over here in the Light World Death Mountain, and there's the mitts!
Whoa, we were just talking about that. That's huge, so that helps the routing here out a lot. You can go into the Dark World and use the mirror to access all these locations. We'll not be able to get the items in Hookshot Cave, but we can get the one on the floating island.
Well, it's Super Bunny Cave and the floating island. Although we saw the floating island was just an arrow upgrade, I think.
Right. Good call.
But, hey, that's one step of our Turtle Rock plan for success.
There you go.
We still need a lot, though. We need a sword to be able to use the medallion. We have to assume Quake is the medallion needed. And we still need Cane to even get in there. Plus, Fire Rod might be needed to make any progress.
Yeah, right now, it's not looking good.
No.
But we got 5 chests here in Paradox Cave. Let's check it out. 20 bucks. We got 50 bucks. It's going up. Red Orang. Oh, baby.
Oh, the worst orang.
Piece
and
of
the
art.
bottle!
There's your first bottle.
First bottle. But hey, you got mitts up here. I mean, already this sequence break is paying off.
It is. But you have to also consider where could flute or lamp be. Because flute is actually a required item. Lamp could be a required item if fire rod is lamp, if like fire source locked or something.
Well,
that's
possible. The only place that would do that is Hera and Desert. Okay, so maybe Desert.
Right.
Oh, seeing a bomb jump on Prier's side, nicely done. It's risky because if you don't stand in the correct spot, that is a fall of 2 floors.
Super Bunny has a 5 arrow
upgrade,
and there's the flute!
And JSR doesn't even check the medallion needed for Turtle Rock, he just goes.
Wow.
So, absolutely, Lantern required to get up to Death Mountain.
We know that Lamp is somewhere that does not require mitts.
Or the flute. Well, that's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see JSR go straight to the Mire area. We can now go into Desert, which is, again, another pendant dungeon.
Well, that's one step closer. We'll have to see if boots are needed to even beat it for our pedestal hype index.
You mean, oh, yeah, good call. Well, I mean, like, boots are still required. So we're gonna find boots at some point. Like, we could have, we could have, like, a bow on the pedestal.
But are boots at the pedestal?
Yeah, that's a good point. And
yeah,
will they have to blind pull it? Because we don't have the book yet.
They can't get into Mire just yet without a sword. You need a sword to be able to use the medallion.
Yet another full heart. Thanks to a piece of heart from the sick kid here for JSR. We're at 15 hearts on his screen. That's crazy. It's just nuts. I don't know if I've seen anything like this before.
JSR going right to the eastern area rather than checking out Mire first. And Desert at that.
Well,
Since he hasn't been over here at all.
To Hosrolo. Yeah, exactly. Prier was the one who went over here. And I think there's like another heart behind Hosrolo. If I'm recalling correctly.
And this is one of the locations that, not of course behind Sahasra because we've seen it, but over in Eastern itself, that's a possible location for Lantern.
Absolutely. That's a nice item to have for sure. It's a fire source too.
It's good to know what your sequence break does for you, which items, like where it's sort of telling you where the certain items are. And the fact that Mitts and Flute were up at Death Mountain, it does actually tell us quite a bit.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, JSR is going straight into Eastern Palace. Prior deciding to use that Ice Rod. It's a good effect here to take out these mini Moldorms. He's got his Mitts, he's got his Redarang now. Hopefully he will go into the Dark World and grab his Flute.
Oh no, he's out of magic now.
Gonna have to use that hammer.
A mini Trolldorm.
He'll find a full magic jar in the Super Bunny Cave.
Right, the Skull Pot.
He should not have any trouble.
So there are 3 items in Eastern. Now, it depends, of course, if Bo's required to get one of the items at Armos, or if they're just in front. Now, JSR just picked up a compass, so either Armos has a burrito, or has an actual item.
Precisely. Prior getting the bomb jump the second time. Now, if he was hoping to open Turtle Rock by going through the Turtle Rock portal here on his way.
Ooh.
Oh, book. Wow.
That's interesting.
That's a nice find. Interesting.
So that was open from the very beginning. That's also access in the desert. So JSR right now has 2 ways to enter desert.
Indeed. One of which is a sequence break.
But that also means now Lantern can be in desert because of that.
It definitely can. Or maybe it's over at our boy Agana.
Ether to get in. No Ether yet.
Even if it was Quake, he didn't have the magic to actually. He blew through all his magic. Wouldn't be able to actually open that up. But we don't have Red Cane. Don't have Fire Rod, which generally you want to go into Turtle Rock with Fire Rod. Doesn't mean you can't, but still don't have the Red Cane or Ether.
JSR picked up just a 3-pack of bombs. So that's 2 items already. Big Key's over at the Big Key chest. And then, of course, the last item might be the Big Chest or Armos. So right now, again, this is part of the sequence break. This can't be Lantern over here.
Correct.
And they're still looking for a sword. So, you know, you got the progression items, but you have no sword. We're 42 minutes in.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Prior making the play on Spike Cave here, no doubt, since he is heading this way. Let's see this vanilla big key from JSR2Gamers. It is vanilla, as expected. And then all we can do is open the big chest and pray for a bow if we want to keep making progress here.
Oh, vanilla bow? Oh my gosh.
How crazy would that be? That means Eastern and Pod are immediately completable and are both of our Pyramid Fairy crystals.
Nope, just a burrito.
Oh, so Armos has the last item. Ouch.
Looks like Pryor's going to go activate his flute. We'll have to see where he decides to go next.
And JSR is making the play to Ice? No.
Oh, he hasn't done Ice Rod Cave yet.
Ice Rod. I was like, think he can't do anything in Ice.
Since he just fake flippered right away, he didn't come over here.
Right.
Now, this could be good for Pryor if he goes right to desert, and that happens to be where the progression is.
Yeah, I mean, we could check 3 items in the Mire area, or, you know, the checkerboard and the 2 Mire Shed items, and then we got Desert Ledge, we've got Agana's Cave, we've got up to 2 items inside of Desert. It's a lot of value there right now. I feel like JSR is going to be heading there soon.
Yeah. Hey, it's either that or going to Swamp.
Pretty much, and yeah, he's making that Mire play.
Now, we already know boots are required by the logic in order to finish the game. It's not locked behind desert. I mean, desert's a pendant anyway. But it's because of the hookshot location.
Also see that Quake!
Quake, they could go in if they had a sword.
Well, or the hookshot or boots, but we know where hookshot is, so
that's
basically,
both, yeah.
Basically they can't go in until they get that.
There's a sword. So they can unlock it if they really wanted to.
Can unlock it, but we can't do anything. But that is awesome. Finding our first sword here. 44.5 minutes in.
I'm pretty much in sync at this point. I mean, JSR did go into Eastern, whereas Prier has not. But you know, he'll have to go back eventually. It's a crystal dungeon.
Prier has actually knocked out some of the out of the way locations like Graveyard Ledge and Catfish, Hobo. There are a few places that he has definitely done that JSR has not. And so if this hunt continues more and more, JSR may have to double back to those locations, and it will cost him some time.
Wait, why did... Oh, okay. He went to get a big key chest for some reason? That's weird. So there's a small key up on the lamp. What... If the big key's here... Okay, it's not. So this is a Boots locked dungeon. Nothing in desert.
So Boots not on the pedestal, confirmed.
Now, as a sequence break, they could grab a small key from the second half of the dungeon and bring it back.
They could. That's a pretty big play. We still have Agana's cave here to check as well.
Right, Boots is not on pedestal. That does remove Boots on our pedestal hype index.
But we could still have Ether. We could have Bow. We could have Cane of Samaria. Or some fetch quest that leads us to those things. We cannot have Fire Rod, however, because Skullwoods is a pendant.
And right now, our racers just right next to each other within seconds.
Look at this! They're one screen apart, finding this bomb upgrade, and Agana Prier probably looking at his bomb count, feeling a little sad, but he's got the cash to buy him if he needs to.
They have a sword now, so... I mean... Wait. We've seen Desert. They can't get into Mire. Swamp, I think, has the progression.
That or Pod. Pod can have the progression as well. And I think Prier's making that play. He's going to do the
oh my gosh.
Eastern Pod combo.
All right.
Without the bow.
Yeah, Swamp or Pod at this point, which, again, was a choice before the sequence broke. Now they're back again. They don't have a way to enter ice. Without Boots, they can't get into Mire.
What's JSR doing here? Like refilling his health and like buying a red potion and loading up on bombs. What is his plan here?
He's gonna go somewhere.
I think he's considering killing Vitreous with bombs and getting a red potion. The problem is he can't actually get into the dungeon. Like, he can open it up, can't make progress there, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, he's gonna find out shortly that you need Hookshot and or Boots. Well, we know Boots absolutely because of where Hookshot is.
Exactly.
I mean, oh man, this is a shame. I've done this too. Like, I walk here, I'm like, okay, I got Quake, I got a sword. Let's go early Mire. And then I get there, I'm like, oh, I can't get across this pit. I've done this in one of my tournament races. There he goes. He leaves right away like, whoops, I can't do this yet.
Just realized the situation, but that will be open for him when he comes back, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Prier did find a small key.
Yeah.
Pod.
So I mean, it's still a bow-locked dungeon, but there's a couple of chests he can now check.
Absolutely, and JSR might be making the play on Swamp.
We just saw an Ether, which is our access into Turtle Rock. They still need Kane to get over there. But now we're one item away from Turtle Rock.
You wanted it to happen. And
I
here
did.
We go. It's coming.
Boots and Turtle Rock? Maybe?
We'll see. Another small key here for Prier. He can continue trying to make some progress.
Oh, here we go. Both of our runners making a different decision. So there's 4 to 5 chests JSR will be able to open depending if he gets a big key. Prier can get to the back. Oh, wait, he's going to open the big key chest right now.
He is. So if this is not a small key,
he's
stuck.
Locked.
Yep.
Interesting they decided to do this chest and not the ones in the back. And there, he's done.
He's done. He's gonna go to Eastern.
He got 2 items out of checking it. It looks like Swamp is currently the location. Dude, Boots might be here. The absolute dream.
I told you, man. Swamp was right there on the way.
And chat was like, no, Swamp is a bad play. There's, you know where Hookshot. Chat, I told you so.
We'll see.
I think it has to be. There's nothing else.
Yeah, I can't actually think of anything else, honestly.
Even with the sequence breaking.
It has to be at least a lamp here.
How about a bug net? So now they can definitely go kill Aghanim.
In the dark.
Yeah, lamp doesn't actually unlock anything. So they're looking for basically Boots in here. Maybe the cane, given that we saw Ether. That'd be crazy. If they get cane as the progression item in Swamp, that means you have to go double dip Turtle Rock. Maybe double dip. Unless, like,
and it forces you to double dip Swamp too. Like, it's the worst.
Oh, that's true. We didn't see the Smiths or Peg Cave since they did pick up Mints.
But that's still a sequence break.
It's a sequence break, so they won't find Lantern, but big deal.
Yeah, big deal. I agree.
So JSR might only find Lantern here, which just means he completes the sequence break.
The bug net. Let's give him some credit.
Okay, that's true.
I mean, that lamp is nice. You know, if you're thinking about going into pod after this or something, it'll pay off immediately.
I mean, this is time-consuming. Check the left-hand side. We've already gotten 2 items so far.
Of the 6 that are here, could easily find a compass and a map on the in the West Wing. Could see the big key and then come back for the big chest as well.
I really think this is just Lantern at this point, with only 2 items left. They're gonna get Lantern, complete their sequence break, and then do the Smiths, Dwarves. Wait, that's the same thing. Purple chests.
Certainly possible. There's like hammer pegs in there. There is some stuff to be found.
Ooh, bomb shot. Now, you can also use a boomerang to access that orb. But JSR loves his bombs.
Hey, he was well equipped for this. That's for sure. Oh, man.
So Prier did pick up his book
boomerang
while he was here. Let's see where he decides to go next. If he's going to do some more overworld checking, or if he's also going to go in the swamp.
Check the pedestal real quick. No problem.
Maybe get it out of the way. See if it's anything.
He's fluting to 3.
Oh, checking his bottle.
Checking the bottle. I think it was a piece of heart here. And JSR is almost through the west wing of Swamp. We know this is like a double dip. He has forced himself to double dip.
Yep, absolutely.
Because we know where Hookshot is. But if Boots are over here, he has made the absolute correct play for this scene.
I mean, he's hoping that it's not the Lantern, it's the Boots here. So it could be the Boots to go get the Hookshot to come back to find the Lantern for the sequence break.
Right.
Oh, just one more item.
20 rupees. I think it has to be Lamp.
Is it our progression or is it our Lantern?
I think it has to be. Where else can Lamp be?
Ether Tablet is not an option just yet because of they need another sword. You need at least Master Sword.
Oh, so what if it's a sword?
Yeah, but no.
The sword was in Meyer's shed. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, good call. That would have been funny.
This is gonna be Lantern, or it's gonna be a different progression item.
Red cane. No.
Oh, they have
the. Or the big key.
Hold on,
folks. Let's just make this take just
a
little bit longer.
All right, Prier about to deliver the dwarf. I'm feeling pretty good about Prier over here since he has the hammer pegs, he has the dwarves, he has the purple chests. This is all stuff that's part of the sequence break. But if JSR only gets a Lantern, he's gonna have to come over here to do what Prier's doing.
Yeah,
the lantern.
There it is.
Sequence break complete.
Got him.
Cane!
The red cane!
Cane for Prier!
Wow, okay, so Turtle Rock might be our progression.
Oh my gosh! They have access to. We know where Lantern is. We got the red cane. They can enter Turtle Rock. Oh my
Without
gosh!
the fire rod, that's so painful.
Is that where our boots are?
It could be like a bow. Like it could be a lot of things.
This would be a crazy seed, like getting bow and powder from the dwarves. That's great.
Yeah, check it right now.
He gets the purple chest, he can mirror, check the powder, and then of course just flute down to 7 to deliver the purple chest since he did the rest of the overworld checking. And you can see JSR, since he only got Lantern, he's now going to do what Prier's doing. So, yeah, Prier has to do some rooms in the dark, but he's slightly ahead in terms of the progression item.
He won't have to double dip Swamp. He might have actually just deduced that Lamp is there. The thing is, he couldn't have deduced that, like, Boots or whatever wasn't there. That's the thing that's probably up in the air for him.
It's either, it's like we were saying earlier, it could be Boots requiring you to go out to get Hookshot to come back in the swamp to get where that lantern is, but he's just hoping that's not the case. So,
well, I mean, he found the red cane, so he may follow that path, but he might be going into the dark world here. Maybe
JSR's looking at the overworld locations that he missed earlier.
Yep, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is where Prier, it looked like Prier was kind of lagging behind, but he had checked all these locations already, so he's not going to have to go back for them like JSR is doing here. But it's good of JSR to remember these places.
Yeah. Oh man, so, and he could opt to also check Bombo's tablet while he's over here, just to see if it's anything important.
And JSR is going to catfish. Whoa, the
bow!
Okay then.
That is a great find for Prier. He can now finish both Pod and Eastern. It'll be in the dark, but that's okay because he's already shown he's been doing these rooms in the dark just fine.
Yeah, he doesn't care about Lamp at this point. He's already done a lot of the dark rooms.
So he's taking his portal back.
Is he going to Swamp?
Gets
that's a
bow
risky
goes right
play
to
considering you just got the bow. But I think he's going for it.
I think he might be worried Boots are in here.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a shame though, because we know it's just Lantern. That's okay. He doesn't know. He doesn't know if it's a different progression item. It could be, at this point, from his perspective, it could also be Fire Rod. Oh, right. But wait, that doesn't actually work.
Well, it unlocks Skull Woods.
I think we saw 2 items in Skull Woods.
It's a green pendant.
Yeah, true.
Sahasrahla, our boy Sahasrahla, maybe.
But no, we didn't have a sword.
Oh, you're right.
Sword was in Meyer's shed, so yeah. Fire. It's either. From his perspective,
he could find a sword here too, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Sure. It could be a sword plus Fire Rod, or it could be Boots, or it could be Lantern.
Yeah, but we know it's just Lamp, and you have to do a lot to get it. So, JSR is going to be fine in that respect, and he's now checking the sewers chest, which we know it has a pile of money in it. So he is spending some time here that Prier did earlier in the dark, but he gets to do it with the lamp, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, so JSR with the lantern, he's like, okay, all of these locations were now unlocked with the lantern. His sequence break is complete. So he's trying to think, like, what did I miss? Because he needs something in order to progress at this point. He can't actually enter any dungeons. Except for Pod. He didn't do Pod yet.
That's what he has to do. He has to go for Smiths. But it looks like he is fluting somewhere.
Pedestal, is Pedestal dead? Fire, no, not Fire Rod.
Yeah, Pedestal is dead. Yep, rip Pedestal.
Rip Pedestal.
I mean, you can still get it. I mean, it's like...
We're killing it. It's dead. Is Fat Fairy an option though?
Absolutely. At this point, they have the bow.
They
could
bow, so
find
they can
Fire
complete
Rod.
both. Yeah.
Or boots there.
All right. Fat Fairy is still an option.
Or they... Oh! Wait! Pedestal is not dead.
Why?
You could get Bombos at the pedestal to get
No!
the Ice Palace.
No. You would have Fire Rod.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Wait.
You would have Fire Rod in order to even get Pedestal.
I'm wrong.
You wouldn't
wrong.
need it.
I'm dumb.
Alu, getting chat's hopes up. How could you?
I tried. Tried as hard as I could.
Boots can't be at Pedestal because you needed to beat Desert.
I wanted dreams.
All right, there's JSR. Kane, of course, hopefully he does the purple chest to get his bow. So yeah, here he is. He's going to do dwarves. Probably follow that up with a powder check. He doesn't know it, but he's about to get powder.
He is about to get... It's a nice safety to have, right? But I mean,
I think that's the best location to get powder. From the dwarves, or even from hammer pegs, because then you can just check it right away.
These guys might actually sync up pretty nicely here. Like, they've basically checked the same things at this point.
Yeah, Prier should be finishing up soon with his lantern. JSR has to take the chest over. They are very close.
This is gonna be crazy.
JSR has a few more locations to check in pod since Prier was already there to get Ether, but it's not really... We're not going to see that much of a time difference because of it.
Yeah, I don't think so. And, I mean, like, Pod and Eastern seem like the logical options here, right, Jet? Like, you don't go to Turtle
Oh, yeah,
Rock here,
definitely.
do you?
I mean, you have Lantern. Go do the dungeons you can complete. Don't, like, gamble on Turtle Rock.
It also unlocks the Pyramid Fairy, so it's a lot of items.
So, we saw Hookshot in the library at, like, 5 minutes in. They still don't have boots to get it. Welcome to V27, which trolls you.
It's like, cool item. Thanks for playing. Like, boots could be on Trinex.
Always gamble T-Rock. It's true. There's a bow for JSR. Let's see where he goes. I mean, I assume he's going to go right to Eastern Pod. Yep, there he goes.
It's a really logical play. You get 2 crystals.
And here's
Pyramid Fairy access.
Getting his lantern. He'll probably also follow that right up with Pod Eastern. They are within, 15 seconds of each other, if that's the case.
It's really close.
Yeah, go do the 2 crystal dungeons you can complete. It's not even going to take that much longer without boots.
Yeah, they even have Mirror for Pod, which is a nice thing to have on hand.
All right, we'll get a timer check when our racers actually enter pods. See about the difference. We'll probably have to do another one at King Helmstar because, again, Prier was already here.
Right, so they're going to sync up pretty nicely here, I think. Because Prier only checked like 3 chests and left. Or 4 chests and left.
JSR just left Kiki.
Whoops!
Uh-oh.
Well, gonna lose a little bit of time there, but you can still go back and pick him up.
Yeah, but here goes Prier. He already opened it up. He's just going right in.
He's got a slight lead now.
So Prier entering in about 48. Of course, JSR looks like he wanted to actually do Eastern first, so we won't know until after they both finish their respective dungeons.
I understand the play to do Eastern first. You're going to get an item at the Armos Nights, and it could be, something nice to help you in this dungeon, like boots, or, maybe a better sword, so you can kill enemies better here, or silvers.
So
I can understand the play.
They entered about 15 seconds difference. Prier has already done the left-hand side and, like, the big key chests and stuff, so That's also a little more time JSR will have to spend doing it. So right now, I'm going to put Prier ahead about close to a minute.
Sounds about right. I think once they're done with this area, it's going to be really interesting to see where they go. But we might find the progression we need here. We might find Boots here.
So Prier opted to just mirror. He could have also chosen to do the hammer to go down and just continue forward. However, the downside is you have to walk all the way over to the orb to throw a bomb there before you can like continue. Whereas mirror, you just walk.
Exactly. Yeah, I think mirror strat is actually faster. Because those beetles really just get in your way.
Yeah. It's really great when you don't have mirror to go down that path, though. So, yeah. Let's see what's in the back of pod.
Yeah,
this was an
where all
option.
the items are.
This is an option Prier had earlier instead of checking the big key chests. So if Boots are back here, that would have been an interesting choice instead.
Oh, that would have been crazy, yeah. But that might have delayed his acquisition of Red Cane and Bow.
Maybe. Again, you could have... Oh, no, yeah, because that would be part of the sequence rake. I don't know. I think we saw another item, though. So I think there's just one more. And the big key still to find. Given that there's 2 small keys here, we can then deduce... Oh, he already opened it. Never mind. Cancel everything I was about to say.
We still have map, compass, and
Big key.
Big key to find. So yeah, I think you're right. There's one more item available.
There it is. That's it.
And then there's going to be 1 at Armos, and then 2 at Pyramid Ferry. So, I mean, this unlocks still a lot.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's just that, Oh, he's continuing. We're pretty sure I got the count.
Yeah, if he was counting, he would know, but I guess you play it safe. You're right here. You already bombed the wall. Might as well go.
Yeah, he still has a map missing. So it's a crystal dungeon. Go complete it. Mirror over to Eastern. Go complete that. Like you mentioned, we have Fat Fairy now on the table.
Now keep in mind that this is really good for JSR. He's found Ether, which I guess he didn't check it, did he?
Oh, he doesn't know he needs Ether, but
he doesn't know he needs it, but he's probably happy that he found it.
Yeah, he has Ether and Quake, so there's a 2/3 chance from his perspective that he has the medallion needed for Turtle Rock. And of course, he did look at Meyer earlier, so he knows he has that because he opened it. So we'll check out the timer when Prier finishes off, grabs his crystal. We can see what the actual difference is between our racers, because at this point, I think they caught up to each other and then they checked the same things.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then again, we have another diversion. It's like, after Eastern, do you risk going up to Turtle Rock, or do you do the safe bet and do Fat Fairy for 2 more items before you go up to Turtle Rock?
Exactly, and we don't even know what Armos Knights are going to drop here. Maybe Armos Knights have the boots.
Right.
Or a Fire Rod or something. That,
Can you imagine?
Fire Rod would really solidify the Turtle Rock play.
Absolutely. But that also means it's pretty much boots up at Turtle Rock at that point, which I did see someone in chat guess.
But then you could also have Sahasrara with the boots, like vanilla boots, as an option as well.
It depends on what Fire Rod is.
Yeah, exactly.
Vanilla. I would love vanilla boots right now. You know what? I like it, Alu.
Fire Rod on Armos, vanilla boots.
No. I want Fire Rod up to Turtle Rock.
Okay, fair enough.
Come on, make it work for it.
Well, I like that there's a decision when you find the Fire Rod. You go to Turtle Rock and full clear it, which is, a dungeon you have to do anyways, or you put it off and try to get go mode going into Skull Woods. It's a pretty big risk.
Alright, Prier grabs his crystal at 11 seconds on the clock. JSR's making his way downstairs.
It's a really nice Helmasaur kill. Really quick and easy.
Nice. He used the bow to make quick work of Helma.
Yep. Still haven't found those silver arrows, so gonna be shooting light for now, but maybe we'll find those somewhere.
So as we were mentioning, there is one more item at Armos, and the crystal. So yeah, just get it done. Now JSR a little. I mean, he has like half of his health left, and he will take a lot of damage. So he does have to be careful on Helmasaur coming up.
Knocks out that turtle room.
He used the red potion already, didn't he?
I think he bought another one.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
So we see some bow strats from Prier there in that Southmost room. Pretty cool that you can kill those invisible enemies to save yourself a little bit of time. Fun strats. We see JSR's Helmasaur fight looking really good right now for this first phase.
You can do sword beams on them. Heck, even use the cane. Early one. Nicely done for JSR. Looks like he's roughly a minute and a half behind at this point.
Yep, grabbing his second crystal. Along with Prier, so.
Oh my gosh, an hour and 10 in. And this looked like such a free seed at the beginning. Second
quite
crystal.
Generous early on. It was like, hey, you get an ice rod early. You're not going to have to hunt for that.
Right, Prier getting plenty of arrows so that way he can do the any percent route here.
JSR has entered Eastern, so he's going to clean this up. Definitely the way to go. If you're doing pod, you might as well finish this up. And it might be progression that you need.
Yep, there's a progression.
There it is. Well, that crystal is progression, because that does open up the Pyramid Fairy.
And for those who don't know, we talked about the Fat Fairy. She's the fairy that is in the pyramid, the big pyramid. You need a bomb in order to access that location. You can only purchase the bomb when you get crystals 5 and 6, which are marked red on our tracker and on the map itself. So yeah, Prier's making a choice. I mean, it's 2 known items. They don't have Fire Rod yet, so you really don't want to make that Turtle Rock gamble. And this is going to take like a minute, so you might as well just get it out of the way. You don't want to have to go up to Turtle Rock and come back down to Fat Fairy.
Right.
If it's there.
It's actually quite uncommon to find Fire Rod in Turtle Rock itself.
It's hard for it to drop in there. But there are a few places
it could be. Pretty good likelihood that we find some progression here. Like, we find the boots, we find Fire Rod, or maybe a sword upgrade. Maybe we'll find a sword upgrade.
So here's the question, really, though. If Prier happens to pick up boots at the Fat Fairy, like, that means they have hookshot. Do you go finish Swamp first, hoping for that Fire Rod?
I want to see Bombos in here. I want to go back to what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I want to see Bombos at Pyramid Fairy.
Make them go do ice. But hey, ice is a crystal.
Yeah, they'll do it. I know they'll do it, but I'm just saying that would be a fun thing to kind of string them along.
JSR getting his big 20 and also his 3rd crystal.
Make all the medallions required. How about that?
Did they? Okay, no, they did Thieves first and then they did Para. Here we go. We got a Master Sword. That's really nice. But that also unlocks Ether Tablet as a possible location.
And Bombos, which we've checked both of them.
We've seen Bombos. Did we see what was that Ether?
Oh, maybe we haven't seen Ether.
And hey, it's on the way to Turtle Rock, so you might as well.
True. We checked. I know we checked Bombos and it was not.
We did. It was Couchcast.
Yeah. JSR making his Pyramid Fairy play. This is fascinating. If Ether is the progression, that a sword was a requirement. Like a sword upgrade at Pyramid Fairy was a requirement.
Right.
That's
so actually,
nuts.
According to the logic, expect you to go get Lantern in Swamp, to go up to Turtle Rock, or sorry, Death Mountain to get Mitts, to come back down to go get Bo from the purple chest, to then go to Eastern and Pod to finish it, to get your second sword, and of course get the Sword of Mire. Like, that's
who
crazy.
knows where Boots is after all that? Like, it's like somewhere buried in the mix.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. We got our Boots at Ether. No!
Beator!
It's in Turtle Rock!
What?
No. Oh my gosh. The
Oh
progression is in Turtle Rock right now.
That's crazy.
I mean, okay, let's talk Turtle Rock. Turtle Rock, you can only get the left-hand chest. If it's not a small key, you are done. If it's a small key, you can continue towards Chain Chomps. And again, you just sort of have to follow the chain of keys to see how far you can get.
Exactly.
Basically,
you
you're
can
maybe
get
gonna get...
you can get to Laser Bridge if everything works out.
Right.
But it's tricky. JSR now with his Master Sword.
Alright, for the record, I totally called progression in Turtle Rock. You heard it, chat.
You did. My goodness. Going into Turtle Rock for progression, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 16 minutes, without the Fire Rod is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Without required boots and the hook shot, which we know where it is, which is Boots blocked. Like, what is this scenario?
JSR checking the Hobo. He never did this earlier. And you know what? If Hobo actually had like Fire Rod at this point, he'd probably be really upset. Luckily, it's just a red rupee.
Yep. Let's see Bombos here.
Small key, they can keep going.
Small key. All right.
Oh man.
Let's go for Bombos in Mimic Cave.
Imagine right now if the Fire Rod is on Laser Bridge, so you have to come backtrack to get the last small key.
Oh, that's so painful. That's like a Plando level of troll right there.
Oh my gosh. Alright, well, what do the Chain Chomps have? They keep
Another small key! Let's keep going, folks!
Oh my gosh. So now Prier can actually access Mimic Cave as an item location. And of course we have the big key chest. If the big key chest is the big key, they can keep going.
Right.
There goes JSR heading up to Ether. And he's right behind Prier at this point. I imagine he's gonna continue to Turtle Rock. So that's
probably like
that's it.
2.5 minutes behind, something like that. But depending on what is found here, could change the game.
Now,
especially
fighting
if they
these
have an opportunity to continue if they find like boots or something, could be an interesting decision point.
Fighting these Pokies without Fire Rod or Temper is, slow. There's nothing else you can really do.
One slash will take care of
that
level of this.
Oh!
What?
Prier ain't coming!
There's Mimic Cave!
Oh no!
He'll do Mimic Cave without the big key.
He's thinking he missed something.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, JSR is heading into Turtle Rock.
To catch
Prier.
up and pull ahead.
And see, so that's a hard one to think of. If mentally you think Mimic Cave is attached to the big key of Turtle Rock, then you're gonna, pass it up.
Exactly. Now, where is Prier going? Is he going to Hera Basement or something?
Thinking he miscounted his dungeon theme?
Yeah. I don't know what else he's thinking right now.
Oh man, we'll have to see what JSR does. If he does the same thing, thinking he can't Mimic Cave, I mean, we might see our runners like, where did I miss?
Oh my god. That would be just crazy if we see that.
Yeah, he's doing the basement. He's thinking, I must have missed this. He's gonna get, what was it, a burrito, I think?
Maybe he just wants to take a little break here on these pegs.
Come on. Prier, I'm sending you a mental message. Don't forget Mimic Cave.
I just thought of another play that they can make.
Oh, yeah?
But it's a sequence break. They can steal the key in Desert.
Oh, right, yeah. But for that to set up, that would have to mean, if there's even anything in desert, they would have to find boots, of course. And it would have to be like Fire Rod there in desert.
Yep.
So I think that's it. Once they get boots and Fire Rod, they're done. They're in go mode.
They are in go mode. Because they know where Hookshot is. It's in the library.
Hey, there's the
cool
burrito
map there for Prier. Yeah. And moment of truth coming up for JSR. Hopefully he continues on to Mimic Cave. But he will check this vanilla big key location first.
So here's Prier. Where did I miss? He's looking at his map, thinking mentally, what did I skip? Oh man, so close, man.
He's leaving.
Oh, the lag, painful for JSR.
Yeah, not having the weapon to kill these pokies is brutal.
And I think we're gonna get a pedestal check maybe from Prier.
Maybe. I think he's doubling. Oh no, he is going for.
I don't. And we know nothing can be at pedestal.
Exactly.
There's a blue rupee. JSR backtracking. He knows about Mimic Cave.
Yeah, I think he knows that that's where the progression has to be.
Oh my gosh, Prier was like ahead by a minute and a half, and just forgetting a location. I mean, that hurts.
It happens. We got 3 bombs at the pedestal, so not too exciting. But we knew the dream was dead.
Prier checked Bombos. So he knows what's there. Headed maybe in the desert? Could he like do the sequence break maybe?
He might be considering it, or he's gonna try to get into fire like JSR did. Be unpleasantly surprised. No, I think he's doing that play.
Hey, it could pay off. If he gets Fire Rod, then he'll go right back up. Like, this could turn out pretty well for Prier if he steals the key and no, he's fluting. Is he fluting? Come on, do the sequence break. I want to see Fire Rod in desert.
And we are seeing Mimic Cave from JSR right now. This is their last final location to be finding something. This is it. It's gotta be here.
Alright, what do we got? We got our boots. We got Fire Rod. We got Fire Rod!
There it is! Fire Rod in Mimic Cave!
Oh my gosh. He has to backtrack to the beginning of the dungeon. It might actually be faster for him to actually fall down, like in Light World, to like walk outside and get back into the dungeon that way.
It could be. I don't know, but you could backtrack through it and then mirror back to this location and then check the big chest. So that might be actually a better play.
Well, he can't check the big chest without the big key. He needs to go back.
What I'm saying, he backtracks and then he mirrors back to this location. And then he saves all the time walking through the dungeon.
Yeah, I like that. Good point.
Yeah, he's thinking about what he wants to do here. But I think, yeah, he is going to backtrack. And if he mirrors, he'll end up there.
Well, this is such a shame for Prier. He was going with all of his overworld checking earlier that he was routing in. Like he had that minute advantage on. Oh no! Death from JSR.
Only got a Beator and a red potion, so this isn't going to cost him too much time. But
oh, I guess no. Well, no, it's not completely all over for Prier just yet. It really depends on where the boots are. Like we still have. Oh, I guess we just.
There's more of Turtle Rock to explore, and then we've got Skullwoods. We got Skullwoods. We got Sahasrara. Vanilla, dude, believe.
Yeah, but like after you're done Turtle Rock, that's your only option anyway.
It is. It's fairly linear from here. Oh no! We got Ice Palace, dude.
Dude. Okay. All right. Yeah. So it's not all over Prier, but Prier has to remember like now that he forgot Mimic.
Absolutely needs to do it. JSR running away from these anti-fairies. I don't blame him. He's fine now.
Yeah, with just 2 locations, like Prier would have to remember to Mimic Cave. He'd have to make the gamble on Skullwoods, because I imagine JSR is going to do Ice next. you do crystal dungeons first, usually. And it would have to be a Sasha pendant that's boots.
That's right. Alright, so we're gonna see this right side of Turtle Rock here. Now that we have the fire rod that we found in Mimic Cave, we can backtrack to this area and collect the required big key.
Oh no, he doesn't have a hook shot!
He doesn't have the hook shot! This is so
It happens all the time, muscle memory.
Oh, it's so painful. And you know, like, in JSR's shoes, he's like, wow, all these things are happening right now, and that was the last possible location I could find progression. I am totally behind. It is 125 in. I have 3 crystals. Yes, there's some troll here, but I am making some mistakes right now, you know, with this hookshot thing.
There's no way he feels ahead.
But he's way ahead. He's way ahead right now.
There's the boots!
Whoa, what are those?
We are mostly in go mode.
Yeah, we're basically in go mode. We know where the hookshot is. So, go mode for JSR. That's incredible. I like the backtrack for the boots. It's like self-contained T-Rock for go mode.
Now, we will be seeing a laser bridge because JSR is going to get a small key coming up, and then there's going to have to be one more small key at laser bridge. Prier is doing that steal a key strat, but unfortunately it's not going to be anything. Maybe a sword at best. Silvers or a sword.
Yep. That's all we can really find here. We can find some fetch quests that waste his time even more, I guess. But, yeah, this is unfortunate for Prier. It's looking pretty good for JSR right now.
Although he does have to watch his health.
He does.
Or hearts.
He's got the potion. He's got B-Torp if he needs B-Torp to help out. I don't know what B-Torp will help with, but...
It should be where enemies are.
Yeah.
So, in terms of what you need actually for Laser Bridge, because Laser Bridge is interesting. It's a location that requires you to have some items. It either requires you to have Blue Cane, Cape, or Mirror Shield. Now, they have Cape, so they're able to actually check, by logic, check the items here. And we're going to safety exit for JSR so he can come right here in case he dies.
Prier didn't check the second item on the right side? Does that make sense?
That's odd. Especially if he's looking for that progression. Why would he skip a chest?
He mirrored out.
I don't know. Compass. So it's an actual item on the right.
Yep, and there's one at Landmo.
Oh, JSR, because he went backwards, last chest has a small key. Oh, getting hit by the laser there.
This is brutal.
Yeah, I can imagine Prier right now is just flustered. He's like, everything was going slow, but it was going. And now that he's like, I forgot a location.
And
like,
even JSR is probably relieved to be in go mode, but is also feeling like this has been dragging so much.
Oh, it's just a B
only
bottle.
have 3 crystals.
Just a B bottle. I mean, as I said earlier, if it was Fire Rod for him, that would have been a good find, but no. Come on, Prier. Remember Mimic.
Now, we did see JSR unleash Vitor here, but really just to get a fairy in a bottle, which is definitely a good play.
Oh no, Prier retracing his steps. This is a shame. Like, it happens to all of us sometimes. You just brain fart, forget a location, and it hurts because you're going back mentally in your head. I've checked here, I've checked here.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate to see stuff like this happen, but I mean, he was right on top of this race just until that point, so you got to give him a lot of credit.
We're seeing some hammer strats from JSR. Again, it does temper damage, so it's fair than using the Master Sword. Oh, but unfortunately, we get a little bit of ice on the carpet.
He's doing really well dodging everything in this
Uh-oh, here goes Prier. Does he remember? Oh no, he's gonna be kicking himself.
Well, he's definitely not going that way. Okay. Like, you don't have the hook shot. It's even trollier that you have to go around this way.
Right.
You don't even have the hook shot to get to Turtle Rock.
Man, I called this earlier. Seeing that ice rod, I know how this logic works.
It's so wild, though. It's like, not only are the boots in Turtle Rock, they're fire rod locked. The fire rod is in Mimic Cave. It's like, and you know where the hook shot is.
This is Plando level of troll right here.
Very early on. It's beautiful.
Wait. We saw hookshot at the beginning. It's their official go mode item.
That's what I'm saying.
An hour and 30 in. It was. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I think Prier may have understood the situation.
Yeah.
He's heading in the right direction, but it's a little late. There's a lot to do in Turtle Rock because you gotta kind of go back and forth.
I mean, we'll take a look at the timer when JSR picks up his hookshot, but we're looking a good over 5 minutes right now difference.
Absolutely.
There you go. We can now say JSR is in go mode.
Go mode for JSR. Well done. It's crazy. We're still on Master Sword, like barely on Master Sword here. Scraping by. Had to have a vanilla sword in the Pyramid Fairy Cave.
Oh, so he's rechecking Death Mountain. He doesn't remember Mimic Cave yet. Oh man.
What's funny is like he's kind of up here in this area of Death Mountain, but like Mimic Cave is like actually like right above him. It's like right there.
So
the light world.
1:30 in go mode. We still have swamp. We still have ice. We still have mire.
It's a lot to do still, but it's go mode for all those dungeons. So Ice Palace will be pretty quick. You know, swamp. It's pretty unlikely that we're gonna see JSR check a lot of the chests. Maybe just the push block chests.
It'd be nice to get tempered or silvers.
True.
Like Master Sword Ganon is annoying.
That's fair. Maybe checking those two, like all the chests at the end, since you already checked the beginning of Swamp. The thing is, we've already found like 4 items here.
Right, we had
probably gonna find map and compass.
Oh man, yeah. There's only 2 more items left here.
Exactly.
But it is a fast check. You go down to the 2 chests, check them out. Waterfall chest is really quick.
Yeah.
Like, get it out of the way. If you get a sword, all the better.
Yeah, or silvers, like you said. Silvers can make a big difference here.
Now,
Prior going into Hookshot Cave.
Nothing he can do here, since he can't bomb.
Try to, like, bomb jump across or something. I don't think you can.
He's like, what did I miss? I got everything in Turtle Rock. That's where I had to go.
He's collecting the floating island item.
Yeah, you cannot do a mirror jump because that's an out-of-bounds glitch. We call that a Stoops jet cheat. Because
that's exactly what we call that.
That's exactly
you want to explain why?
I did it during an unofficial race. Unofficial. Not
felt official.
Way back when I was first learning how to play the game, it's like someone showed me how to do it. I'm like, oh man, I could just skip half a Turtle Rock. This is great.
Prior looking for a way across. Gonna try bomb jumping here. Oh boy.
I think it's a little too far for a bomb jump.
I think so too.
3 squares? I mean, let's see.
That's way too far.
No sword for JSR.
Yeah, he did check those 2 chests and he checked the push block here. Finds
more health.
Another full heart. We're at 18 hearts. Most of them actually found like by the 40-minute mark, honestly.
What was that pedestal? It was a triple bomb, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So there's a chance they can end up with 20 hearts.
think there was a heart on Spectacle Rock that neither of these players have picked up, but I could be wrong. Maybe one of them.
JSR got it.
He did? Okay, cool.
Okay, here's Prier. I think he remembered. Oh man, but yeah, we're talking like 10 minutes at this point.
Yeah, a lot of time lost, but this could be it for him. He's gonna be kicking himself and pretty upset.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're looking for progression, I don't think that's the first thing you think about, so I don't blame him.
I mean, it's best 2 out of 3, and we saw what kind of pace Prier was putting on for JSR. It's supposed to be the routing choices that both Roadrunners made, but still. This is just the first game.
You can see that these guys are equally matched in terms of skill. It's just forgetting a location will do that to you. That's a big time loss.
It's probably for the best that they're not doing their second race right away, because I know if I was in Prier's shoes and this happened to me, I would just be like tilted. I would be out of sorts.
Well, he's still persevering here. I mean, he's understanding how trolly this is. You know, for all he knows, his opponent could be making the same mistake or some other mistake. So you just got to keep trucking.
So JSR finishing off Swamp, he can actually run right over to Ice and go right in.
All right, here we go. Prier with the play on Mimic Cave, finally.
I want to see what route he takes after getting Fire Rod, too.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
There's the Fire Rod. Oh,
there's the slashes.
A frustration. I hear that.
It's pretty much the trolliest thing that could possibly be there, too. He's saving and quitting. Wow.
You know what he's doing? He's like, I need to gamble right now that Sahashala has the boots.
Is he?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe he's doing what you were saying and like piecing out and going back up Death Mountain and just going through Turtle Rock.
Oh, this is such a long walk. No. The best thing to do would have been walk to the left-hand ledge in Dark World, mirror, and then you can just fall down. And then
mirror to like Spiral Cave.
Yes, yeah.
Where that would be. Yeah, that's a good call.
Because this way you have to mirror over to Spectacle Rock. Use the this is definitely longer in comparison to that. Although I do like going backwards, because if you're gonna have to go forwards anyway to hit the big chests, like it's the same time to go backwards. If that makes sense.
Right, you can go backwards and then just mirror back pretty quick. Alright, so JSR is gonna put those bombs he bought to the test here in Ice Palace. We'll be able to bomb jump here to basically skip the whole dungeon.
44 bombs. Where did he even get all these bombs? He only had like 25 at one point.
Hey,
I don't understand.
We did have like a 10 bomb upgrade in the sanctuary.
Yeah, but
something.
Where did he physically get the bombs?
I don't know.
Where did they come from?
Things have just been dropping, man.
Oh my
god. All
God.
these guys have had to do. There have been a lot of enemies they've had to kill. They've collected a lot of bombs.
It is nice to see a go mode Ice. Like, you open nothing. You skip, like, in comparison doing a full clear, it's so much less time to do this any
It's also just weird. Like, this is so weird that, like, you have gotten go mode at like an hour and 30 minutes in or something, and you still have like 4 dungeons to do. Like, that's super weird. I feel like that's really weird.
Alright, so Prier did correct himself and go the correct way without hookshot. So he was able to do that. He's about to get his boots and big key. Got some Master Sword Cold Stare over on JSR side.
Doing a really great
Don't
job
want to hug
keeping
them
him in the cover, in the corner there.
They do 4 hearts of damage with a hug.
Yeah, no males.
Alright, Prier got his boots. He has his big key. Still needs to hit up Laser Bridge. And JSR finishing off Master Sword, Cold Stare, no problem. Have a small key for your trouble.
That's 6th crystal.
In terms of a sword, I mean, of course, they're skipping 3 items here in Ice. I think that's it, actually. They've gotten all the items in the rest. Oh, not Mire, too. 2 items in Mire, 3 items in Ice.
Like, maybe 1 or 2 in Desert?
True, there is an item on Lamolas, isn't it?
And then there's an item in Skull. Well, there's a hospital, is really what I'm getting at.
Yeah. But hey, all the swords could be there.
We also have, like, Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb available. So there's no guarantee we find a sword upgrade or silvers in G-Tower, but pretty good likelihood.
Oh yeah. We're getting like 27 chests, although some are small key and are big key, but even still you get like, 20 chests versus the like 6 I mentioned.
I think JSR's got a pretty sizable lead here though.
So remember, JSR, like, aside from the trolliness of the seed itself, like he had to check Overworld when he was starting to run out. He opened up Mire and then left. So his perspective right now is like, I'm way behind. I have no idea.
He knows it's slow, but he's made some mistakes. And his route has just not paid off. But, I mean, he knows how trolly the seed is. You just gotta keep going. Just gotta keep going. But yeah, if these guys don't actually find silvers or a sword upgrade, it could be tricky. They have a lot of hearts, but it can be a really long fight. It can be a slog. But anybody who's in the top 16 here knows what they're doing when it comes to Master Sword Ganon, so I expect them to execute very well.
A lot of damage from the laser, but Prier does get his small key. He's going to continue checking chests here, probably hoping for a sword.
Yeah, he really wants to search for that sword here. Having a bit of trouble getting this last chest.
It's like, forget it, I'm going to use my cape. I don't care anymore.
Oh, no!
He's so tilted right now. Like, I can just imagine the frustration. I feel it. I feel it. There's JSR's big key for Mire. He didn't go to the right, which is where the big key door is.
He might be checking this chest here in Mire on, like, the mesh.
No?
No?
Maybe he doesn't realize there's a doorway on the left-hand side as well.
Yeah, you could take the warp over to get to Vitrius. But he's just taking this route. It's not that much slower. It's not too bad. Alright, let's check this Trinex fight from Prier. Let's see if he can execute this hammer strats. Looking good so far. Get the swag turnaround there.
Oh, I like the alternating of the not using Fire Rod, so that way Hammer. That way you have Fire Rod and can do. Oh, be careful, man.
Yeah, this is dangerous right here. It's already used the red potion, so be really careful. One hit will do him in. No mails.
Okay. He's on to the last phase, but yeah, one hit, he's done.
Yeah, do not get pinned in the corner here, Prier.
A little
do not do it.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, he's escaped for now. That's good.
Yeah, the tail, every part of Trinex does damage, so if he even taps the tail...
He's using hammer strats, which are really, really tight window, but he's got him. Well done. But again, that's his 4th crystal. Still needs to get 3 more: Swamp Palace, Ice Palace, and Misery Mire. And JSR is about to complete Misery Mire here. Gonna bust out that cape and maybe do some dash strats through Vitreous here.
Only Master Sword though, so even still, look at that magic just drains.
It drains pretty quick.
Put those bombs to use.
This is why he bought them in the first place, I think. He wanted to fight Vitreous with bombs, so he's showing off those strats. He's doing a great job too.
So Prier's taking the southern route to go pick up his hook shot. I'm not sure which is faster, north or south.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either, but it works.
But yeah, right at this point, we're talking about a 14-minute difference from JSR. It was just that 14 minutes of... It was actually about 15 minutes because Prier was ahead. 15 minutes just thinking and double-checking all the locations.
Yep, that's go mode for Prier57. But a bit too late. There's some bombs as a reward for killing Vitreous there. Thanks for using all those bombs. Have some bombs.
Yeah, so 14:30 difference between our runners right now. That's a lot of Ganon Falls. Although Master
came down
Sword
to leaving Turtle Rock just a little too early. So unfortunate for Prier. But you know what's great is like when these kind of things happen, you remember. Like,
oh yeah, he's never gonna forget Mimic Cave.
Never gonna forget that again. So that's
I absolutely love the fact that Fire Rod was at Mimic Cave.
But yeah, we're gonna start our favorite guessing game here, Jet. Tell everyone if they have a chance to win.
Tell them what they have a chance. They have a chance to win props and a chance at that leaderboard.
The leaderboard hype. That's right. Anybody who is a subscriber or supporter who has donated 250 total bits across all Speed Gaming channels has a chance to join the leaderboard if you guess where the big key is in Ganon's Tower, as JSR2Gamers does head over there right now. Get your guesses in. We got 22 locations. Where do you think it's going to be, Jet?
Given how trolly this seed is, I'm not going to say 22. I will say number 20.
Wow. The seed that never ends.
It's a chance for them to find swords.
Now, you know what's interesting is JSR just passed up Hookshot Cave. That could have been a place where a lot of, you know, sword upgrades or could have been. Another place that we didn't think about.
Even still, we are talking like a slight more advantage, a better chance that a sword is in Ganon's Tower.
Right.
It's like a 2-to-1 ratio here.
But then if you find the big key early, you probably just leave and cut your losses, but then you have to do this tough fight.
I wasn't sure if we did the stop, but okay, we got it.
Yeah, you got there in time. And we did find a small key on the right side, but not gonna use that to continue going right. We're going left side and seeing what's on the torch.
Not even checking right, huh? Okay, Bob's gonna put some clothes on. He heard someone knocking at the door.
That's right.
And Prier is continuing to check items in Swamp, looking for that sword or silvers.
Yeah, we know this is not worth, but still a good check anyways. And nice fairy drop there from the Stalfos. Cool mushroom. Wow.
Which means that could be a sword.
We have some fetch. We have another fetch quest here, like shovel.
Man.
Could lead to a sword or silvers as well.
Where are those swords? Where's the other male?
Huh, good question. Again, we've left behind items in, I believe, Mire and Ice and Desert.
Oh, nice health refill for JSR, picking up that piece of heart. And we're down to, like, what, 4 pieces of heart? I don't think it's a heart container.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think one of them was on Lake Hylia Island, I want to say. but we're getting there. Getting close. At this point, you just gotta go for it.
There it is.
Whoa! Fire
That's
station.
number 9, isn't it?
Number 9, yeah. All right, no, he's not going for the randomizer room. A little time consuming there, going through the warps. Prier really needs to focus here and take this fight. Okay, he's got the 2 fire rod shots to finish this off because he was 1 hit away from death. But there's Argus down. Still needs to clear 2 more crystals. Ice Palace and Misery Mire, and Misery Mire isn't a quick one.
So with Big Key at number 9, it looks like the winner, My Link K. If I even said that right, I don't know. Why am I saying names when I can't pronounce them right? But there you go.
I'm just gonna go with My Link A.
So yeah, we're in agreement. That's number 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's 9.
The traditional route, I know the fire bar room is 8, so that one's got to be 9.
No mail upgrade, no swords. Master Sword, silverless. Let's go.
Now we could find something at the top of G Tower, so it's not over for JSR.
All right. What do you want in the Alucard chest?
What I want in the last 4 chests are 4 pieces of heart. That's what I want. It's like you have all the hearts in the game. How bad can it be?
Alright, so here's JSR heading through the gauntlet, and Prier is checking this chest. Man, if this is a sword upgrade, this will help. Oh, just a bomb upgrade, and that I think
upgrades. The final one.
I think that was the last bomb upgrade that JSR needed to have all of them.
I believe so. That's crazy.
Yeah, the JSR is probably thinking he's way behind at this point. Just waiting for that done to enter in the SRL chat.
But, I mean, he's in Ganon's Tower. You always get nervous when you're in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah.
But he's playing well. He's actually executing really well in these gauntlet rooms. You still haven't found half magic either, by the way.
There's actually a lot of useful upgrades.
Yeah.
Like that shovel.
Yeah, there you go.
We've only seen one shield.
You can just unearth the land mows with the shovel, right? Be like fish out of water.
Could you imagine if that's actually a thing that they programmed in? Because you're not supposed to have shovel until later on.
That'd be pretty funny.
But we
use it for land mow too, though. Yeah.
Right. So we've seen some interesting items that work on enemies that normally you don't have.
Exactly.
Like, for example, how well silvers work on Vitreous when you can't even get silvers in the normal game by that point.
Prier didn't even check the Freezor room. He checked the Pengator room, but not the Freezor room. He wants to get going.
Yeah, you don't want to, like, worry about your magic too much.
Well, that's true. That's fair.
Alright, is JSR gonna pick up?
I think he's going to. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, he is. Okay. There's a mail!
It's one of the tunics.
And bombs! We gotta have bombs!
Hey, it helps you blow up the wall here.
I mean, right now JSR needs to be sprinkling those bombs all over the place.
Man, so we had Lumberjack and top of Ganon's Tower as our locations. Prier, unfortunate death there to Cold Stare.
Oh no. Oh no.
He's out of magic, so he has to leave. That is super rough.
Yeah, he can't even open Mire and just do that instead.
Correct.
That's rough. He's gonna have to shake it off. Again, their second match is gonna be tomorrow. So, get some rest. We got.
This would have been
wow.
so close. Wow, no sword or silvers after all this. So troll. Hopefully we can still get the sub 2.
I don't know. This is going to be close with Master Sword. We are having a Master Sword silverless, since we did not see a sword. Now, it could be somewhere else in the basement of Ganon's Tower, but JSR's not getting that.
He can check, like, Mushroom.
He could. If he wanted to get some potions on the way, sure.
Yeah. It's a terrible idea. I think he has a blue potion, though. The seed has been so relentless, and it doesn't even give at the end. Prier is back in Ice Palace, so he is gonna go for the kill on Cold Stare here. A lot of stuff to manage here in this Ganon fight. You gotta manage your health. You gotta dodge all the fire bats and stuff, and you need to manage your magic, importantly.
Yeah.
In the final phase, because you gotta get 24 spins.
Oh my gosh.
For Ganon.
Now, he does have a blue potion, so that'll help, but yeah, no half magic to really help in that.
Yep.
And you don't want to hug Ganon.
In the first 2 phases as well. 12 spins in the first phase, 12 spins in the second phase.
Like, he's already taken 6 heart of damage just from the trident.
So much. And he did pick up Blue Mail. Like, that's after picking up Blue Mail.
It's probably really good that he got that blue mail at this point.
At this point, he'd be dead, I think. I'm not even kidding.
I think he has a fairy in a bottle as well, though.
He does. He
has the safety.
He did catch one. Walks right into Ganon there. Ouch.
Come on, get in. Oh, careful. All right, Prier setting up his bomb jump while JSR is taking on Ganon.
Going for some greedy hits there, taking some damage, but he's doing all right. He knows he has the fairy, so he's just trying to power through it. Again, I'm pretty sure he has a blue potion, and he does have that fairy, so should be all right. He might even have a red potion as well.
Now, Prier was able to successfully do the bomb jump. Again, though, like, for Prier to have a chance, he needs, like, 4 falls of Ganon for JSR. Something crazy like that. And there's phase 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This was a Plando level seed. You saw a hookshot and right away. Fire Rod and Mimic Cave was just the ultimate trolley location.
Yeah, but Fire Rod locking the boots.
Right.
That's so crazy. Like, that's so nuts.
What? JSR equipped the bow. What has he got to do with that? And he will want to stick to Lantern just because Fire Rod is not enough shots. As you mentioned, 24 swings. Now, if you do happen to get 2 per phase, at least 2, you still have to use a potion.
Yeah, and now we're switching to Fire Rod. That is risky, but does have the blue potion, so I think he's trying to speed it up here a little bit.
And also, Prier doing his Master Sword plus Fire Rod on Cold Stare. Like, he's just making use of that magic refill.
Yeah, he's ready this time. He came well equipped. Busting out that hammer.
Careful.
Damage. Oh, no!
Poor Prier. Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh, man. And now JSR down to 1.5 hearts. Oh my gosh. What is even going on right now? So, Prier, unfortunately, just forfeit in the SRL chat. He knows just everything. 2 deaths to Cold Stare, forgetting Mimic Cave. Like, he doesn't know where JSR is, but he's just like, I'm done.
Yeah, he just wants this to be over with. He wants a fresh start in game 2, which is gonna be tomorrow, guys. And JSR now knows that Prier has forfeited, understands the situation, but is doing pretty well with this Master Sword Ganon. He's got a good rhythm right now.
Yeah, and it's all about the rhythm, getting these swings in. As long as you don't... There it is. Nicely done from JSR. And oh no, just missing the sub 2. Look at that timer. Oh, it's still going, but...
Yeah.
Oh,
GG to JSR2Gamers. He's going to take game 1 of this set against Prier57 with an official time of 2 hours and 20 seconds. Congratulations to him. Spam those emotes in Wilds.
We'll see if JSR wants to join us for a quick interview. We don't have that much time, since they will be switching over to, I think, Mario 64. Yeah, Mario 64 is coming up next. So, yeah, well, we'll see if JSR... GG, want to do say quick shout-outs to both of our runners. Make sure you give them both a follow. I mean, we saw what was happening earlier on. They were keeping pace with each other, even though they went in different routes. I think they both earned a follow. So if you don't, and you want to see more Link to the Past runs from them, go over there and do that.
Yeah, and they're running all the time. I mean, they have to get to this point of the tournament. They're the strongest players in Link to the Past. These are some amazing players. Top 16, so definitely give them a follow. Playing all the time. We're gonna try to talk to JSR now. Hey, JSR, congratulations!
GG.
Oh boy.
You had no idea. You probably thought you were way behind.
Thought I was getting smoked. My splits had me at plus 30 over my average. 30 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Man. Honestly, for a while, Prier was ahead of you. Not by much. He was about 1.5 minutes ahead of you, but unfortunately, he forgot about Mimic Cave. That's essentially what killed him, because he left right after getting the big key chest in Turtle Rock, and then it went, what did I forget? Which is really a shame.
And he eventually did find it, but then he was dying to Cold Stare and having some trouble on Laser Bridge and stuff like that. It was just rough after that 10 minutes had passed.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have as a possibility, except for it was literally the last spot on the map I had. If it hadn't had an item of value, I would have been scratching my head like, did I miss something or mismark my map or something? Because, my goodness, man, I mean, whether the logic had changed or something.
I mean, we were keeping track, and we realized early on it's just Turtle Rock. Like, after you got after you were both done doing Fat Fairy, it's like, this is it. Like, they're missing Fire Rod, and the progression is totally in Turtle Rock. It was crazy. This was Plando level logic right here.
Especially with where Lamp was located.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I mean, the lamp was buried deep in swamp, if I remember correctly, which you had to get the flippers and the mirror, and like, this is probably the most difficult to obtain any sort of progression in the seed of this rando that I've ever played. I mean, that was ridiculous, considering not a single item of value other than Quake was in either of the pendant dungeons I dug. I mean, pedestal wasn't required, Aga wasn't required, and I didn't even sub to this. I mean, this is... Oh boy.
It was painful, and it didn't even give you, like, a tempered sword or anything. Like, silvers. Like, it was like, here, have a master sword. Enjoy.
At least it gave them that. Could you imagine if you had to go elsewhere? Like, you had to go into, look further in Mire or, like, something else just to get that tempered at this point? Like, or sorry, Master Sword. If you didn't get that Master Sword,
I'm thinking like, should I clear these dungeons? I mean, because I'm thinking at this point, I've searched so much and found so little that there's a good chance that Pre might have found some items somewhere that I wasn't thinking of, or maybe after getting the boots, he had just happened across bonk rocks or something and found the silver arrows or something. I was questioning every decision I made, but after I got to the point where I was technically go mode, I was like, no, don't think about it, just go. You can do this, just go. And I actually missed what Ganon said where the silver arrows was, because when I looked up and saw he hadn't not done yet, I was like totally just in like, okay, don't fall.
Just in the
Don't
zone.
fall.
Yeah. So did you feel behind? And if so, when did you feel behind?
All the way until I got to Ganon. I was expecting a dot done any minute. From pretty much about the time I found the boots, basically the Ganon fight started. I just kept looking up like any second he's gonna dot done. Like
Right. Well done. You're pulling off the first win. Of course, you have 2 more races ahead, up to 2 races, that is. But GG on this one.
Really appreciate you guys doing the commentary, and I can't wait to watch this debacle back.
It was so fascinating of a scene. I don't even know. It's like, here's Hookshot. Let us lead you on for 2 hours. Like,
yeah, that's your go mode item. Here, 5 minutes in. This will be your go mode item. Worry about this later.
That was literally the 6th location I checked, and I didn't get them until like an hour and, well, when did I finish Turtle Rock?
I don't know,
hour
35 minutes or something? Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, thank you guys for the call, and GG to Pre, and thank you for the race, man. And I know we were supposed to do game 2 tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to happen yet or not. I got to talk to him. I think we're doing it tomorrow afternoon, 4 Eastern. So I'm glad that I'm in this position. I was very nervous going into this because I've been playing well lately. So to be at least guaranteed 2 more chances is kind of nice. And thank you to Speed Gaming, Feasel, all the guys behind the scenes. I really appreciate you guys.
Well, thank you very much for such a fun and entertaining race. Like, you guys were neck and neck for so long, and it was just a joy to watch this one.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, make sure you're following both of these guys, JSR2Gamers and Prier57. Little Gabe's was on the tracker, rocking out the tracker and helping us understand what these guys had, although they were finding these items super slowly, so I'm sure it was a nice, relaxing tracking job for him.
All right, fellas. You guys have a good night. Thanks again, man.
You too.
Thank you. And Felix the Cat with our restream. Really appreciate that here. We have some Super Mario 64 coming up, so stay tuned, guys, and I will give my awesome co-commentator, Jet, the last word. It was a pleasure, man.
Well, thank you all for watching. See you all next mission.